Alright, folks. It's Ant here with the Patriotic Outpost. Let's get on with talking about let's start with the Capitol storming. Now, there's a lot of opinions, a lot of theories going on around with this, and a lot of people are saying that Antifa let us in. Whether Antifa let us in or if we let ourselves in. I think that what we did was the right thing. Whether they let us in or not, we followed them in. Okay. Followed them in. We had a few casualties in the process. But it was still more peaceful than a BLM protest. Or, Antifa being in the streets. Because just as well as I do, the Capitol probably would have been burnt to the ground by now. And we're still getting labeled as the bad guys when it was mostly peaceful. Alright, like, it wasn't a bloodbath. Nothing got burnt down. Do I agree with them looting the place? Nah, not really. But I do agree with the fact that we stormed it. Alright. A lot of people, as soon as we did that, immediately turned their backs on us. They get us rallied up for months, years, saying, "Oh yeah, we're going to fight. We're going to fight. We're going to get out there. We're going to fight." Alex Jones is a big supporter in that. We're going to go out there and fight evil. I agree. All right, but as soon as we went out and did something, as soon as we got in, everybody turned their back on us. We were immediately labeled as a domestic terrorist group, the Trump coup, as some called, and it's blindsided because as soon as that happened, they said Trump's not telling everybody to go home, this, that. When he did, he put out a video, and as soon as he did, not long after, big tech censored it. Alright, to make him look bad. And with that came like this outlaw thing. Now we're at that point where, alright, there was two parties, Republican, Democrat. Now we're in the middle. We have to form a new party because we don't agree with either one. Alright, Republicans, they want to fight. Well, as soon as we did the siege, they said, we gotta wait. Tolerance and understanding, let the law do its job. Now, as much as I agree with that, it's not going to work this time. Or at least I feel that ain't what we need right this moment. We need retribution. We need, alright, a lady's innocent blood was spilled on the floor. She was unarmed and shot by a man with an itchy trigger finger. Now, if she was black, Washington would be burned to the ground right now. Alright. Now, with that, is going to come the repercussions of big tech censoring anything that has to do with Trump, anything that has to do with Patriots, Republicans. A lot of stuff's going to be taken down. Facebook's already started censoring. Everybody started condoning us to, well, they're the bad guys. They're saying what we did was the worst thing in American history. Wasn't a bloodbath. Wasn't, the Civil War. It wasn't the Revolution. It wasn't, Vietnam. It wasn't a bloodbath. So you explain to me how it was the worst day in America. Alright. Maybe in Congress's eyes it was the worst day in America because the American people stood up, went in, forced their way in, was going to tell them to their faces that they're cowards, traitors, and that we demand justice. Alright. Now, it could have been 10 times worse. Could have been a bunch of guys with a bunch of these. Alright. Now, I'm not saying that it's not coming down to that, but the founding fathers, they took on the biggest military force at the time, pitchforks and hunting rifles, and their knowledge, and their will to have freedom. Not so much their will to live. They were dying for their right to freedom. Because that's what they came over here and started it for. Freedom. Alright. Now, every day that we get closer to this election and this passing over of presidents, we're losing more and more of our rights. Alright, the government's starting to step up. We're already losing our right to free speech, our own opinion, all over social media. Now, big tech has been after us for the longest time, and now's the time they're going to strike. They have us crippled and think that we're not going to do anything. Alright? Now, there's going to come a day, alright, that they're going to try and censor us, and we're going to have to use these. Again, that is what the Second Amendment is for. To protect all the rest. Alright? Now, I'm not saying it's time to use these. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that soon it's going to be time to use these. Because you don't fight governments with tolerance and understanding. Alright? You don't reason with them. We're beyond that. We've tried to talk to them over and over again. Alright? And there's no reasoning with them. The only way they're going to listen to us is force. Alright? And now it's going to be coming down to that. Especially in the next coming months. Who knows what's going on in these next 4 years? Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen in the next 8 years? Alright? It could be bad. And it's going to get bad. If we don't stand up and do something about it. Alright? Let me tell you. We're going to be stuck in our houses. Lockdowns. Everybody's going to lose their job. We're going to go into a depression. Alright? Because of cities not opening. Now it's going to be a depression with no rights to speech, no rights to bear arms, and a lot of other rights going to be trampled on. But you have the power to go out there and keep the pressure on them. Alright, keep the heat up. We gotta turn the heat up. Alright, keep the pressure on them. Keep pressing them. Don't let them show that they're crippling us. Because that ain't as far from the truth as it can be. Alright, they'll never cripple us. Those who desire freedom over anything. Those who sacrifice any amount of freedom for safety doesn't deserve neither. Alright. Now, what I want you to do is keep on keeping on. Alright. Keep on pressing. Keep on putting it out there. Alright. Big tech is going to keep censoring us. They're going to keep pressing us. They're going to keep shutting us down. Alright, we can't let that happen. Alright, who's to say this video probably ain't going to go down as soon as I freaking put it up. Alright. But what I'm saying is, you have the power. Every one of us do. But if we're in pieces, we're not going to get anything done. Alright, strength through numbers. Peace through strength. I cannot stress that enough. Don't tread on me. Don't let them tread on you. Alright? I'd rather die on my feet than live on my knees. And I know you would too. Alright? That's what this party is all about. It's all about freedom and your rights. Your rights as an American, your rights as a human being. The right is right about most things. The left is right about nothing. Alright? And we're in the middle. All because we're at that point we don't agree with either. Because they're right are a bunch of cowards. Alright? And traitors. Those who said they would stand up for us, stand with us. Turn their backs on us at the last second. Vice President Pence, traitor. Another coward. I'm not going to voice my thoughts on that, because, knowing my luck, I would be put in prison. Trump, he's backed in the corner. There really ain't nothing he can do. But if he knew how many people stood behind him, how many people were willing to die for him, to die what he believes in, for what he believes in, we would have a chance. But he's given up to him. The man has done so much for us already, we can't ask him to fight anymore. Alright. I understand. I want to say, Trump's done a great job with everything he's accomplished, but it's all going to be undermined by the Democrats. They're going to go in there. They already undermined it with this blown out of proportion pandemic, to put it in nice terms, and they destroyed it. The economy his booming economy that he's built. Alright. That we built. And now it's all going to be ripped away from us. Our rights are going to be ripped away from us. And the last great country on the planet is going to be turned into China's bitch. Alright. We got Sleepy Joe as president, which, let's face it, he's so out of it, he can't even work a cell phone. Alright. He can't even do the simplest things. He needs to go back in his basement. Alright. And Camilla, she's no better. Now, I know a lot of you feel the same way I do. Angry, disappointed, lied to. Alright? But, just because we don't have a leader does not mean we can fall apart. Alright? We need to stick together. Because only us, we're the only ones that stand up for what is right anymore. And we're willing to use force and to give our lives for what this country was built on. Our values, our morals, and everything that goes along with them. Freedom, everything. Most importantly, freedom. I'm willing to give my life for freedom. Are you? Because that's what defies us. That's what separates us. The right will sit there and they will yell until they cannot yell no more. But yelling can only get you so far. We're going to be the party that uses the force. Alright? The necessary force to overthrow a tyrannical government. I guess in some way you can call me the Paul Revere of today's revolution. I try to bring everybody together to let them know they're coming. They're coming for your rights. They're coming for your speech. They're coming for everything that you hold dear. Everything that you strive to build. Your family. Everything. You're going to be treated like a dog. That's how the Democrats are. Bunch of backstabbing, lying cowards that desire chaos for their own political gain. Their own gain. While we all sit in the dirt, in the rain, with nothing but our clothes on our back. Because that's where this is going. We're going to be put into a depression. We're going to have more homeless people on the streets now than there ever was. This $600 is just hush money. Any stimulus package is hush money of our own tax dollars. Which, by the way, is an infringement on your rights as well. They tax you to death. And then when a pandemic comes around, something like now, they give you a little chunk of change to keep you quiet. And they're just going to keep doing that. Just enough. Going to throw us a bone every now and then. That ain't enough to pay for your bills, food. You know, it's not enough. People out there, businesses are failing. Well, alright. you can't catch. This is the way they look at it. You can't catch COVID or the corona in Walmart, or you can't catch it in Walmart, but you can catch it in a small hometown business. To the point where you got people out there doing outside activities, outside sports, wearing masks. How ridiculous is that? Or people out there in their own car wearing a mask while they drive. Florida, Texas, every other country on the planet is done wearing masks. Well, not every country, but China, Texas, and Florida, and a few other states, and a few other countries aren't even worried about it. No masks, and they don't apparently have as many people in the hospital as we do. Explain that to me. Explain to me how we have more people in the hospital than any other country on the planet from corona. And it started apparently in China. Now I say apparently because, you know, that's a conspiracy theory for another day. But those who know, know. And just happened to pop up the last year of the Trump presidency. The last year that their drastic election is going to come up. Their puppet is going to show up. If not for Joe Biden, Trump would have got in. But if there was no Joe Biden, Trump would have got in. They're doing this to mess with you. Alright. Now those, like me and a few other people, that know that this is BS, and that everything they're doing is unconstitutional. I'm going to let you think on that. Until next time, this is Ant with the Patriotic Outpost. Don't let them tread on you.